Wow. I'm so used to looking at little video screens that I'm seeing about 200 people's living rooms right now or something. It's nice to have you all back. My goodness. Crazy. After the last 2 years, this show of support says something about the sound community. And we thank you from Mix. We thank you from Sony. We might run a little long in this keynote, just a little, 5, 10 minutes extra, but because we have a couple announcements to start out. We couldn't do this without two special sort of groups. One is the talent throughout this town that comes out on a Saturday. A lot of people are working around town. We found out we've had a couple cancellations and a couple replacements who they come in and say, "Sure, Tom, I'd love to." On a Thursday before a Saturday, and they take it out, and we thank this talent. You're going to see them all day, and let's give a round of applause in advance for what we have. We also obviously couldn't do this without sponsors. It's a big effort calling around the community, and we're fortunate to have their support. There's many of them longtime sponsors. In the hallways today, you'll see Sound Particles, Dr. Nuno Fonseca, who came with just a video monitor a few years ago, and now he's got a company. We have Blackmagic Design, first time. Thank you, Blackmagic. We have Soundflow, Proco, NTP, Non-Zero Architecture. Peter Gerdisen has a new room in Stage 12 that we hope you get a chance to stop by on your way and take a look at what he's done there. NBC Universal, bringing in talent and shows. We have Kraken. We have King Soundworks, who will sponsor our cocktail party, which you'll all appreciate. Clearcom, Westlake Pro, Sweetwater for the first time. Whole Grain Digital Systems, Dwayne Weiss. Please stop by these people. Apple TV Plus is supporting a panel today on the movie Luck. We're very fortunate to have a number of first-time sponsors. And before we begin, there's three that have bought rooms and have been with us a long time. And I'd like to give them 30 to 60 seconds, something like that, to come up and say hello. We're going to start with way back in 2014 when we started this. Avid had, I think, the biggest S6 in the world over at the Cary Grant Theater. So, Rich Nevens, can you come up and say hello?
All right. Well, this is fantastic to be back here at Sony. I think this event, the talent that just comes in, I don't think anybody leaves this event without learning something to, for their craft to do a better job. So I really want to, my thanks to Sony and to Tom for arranging this thing, and I hope that we can continue to do it. So we've got quite a roster of presentations today. We have a room over where where the Quinn is and the sort of lobby area over there with an S4, and then of course we've got the big S6 here. We've got a number of presentations. So the first one, we're going to go through immersive sound workflows with Pro Tools and Dolby Atmos. Jeff Comar is going to be presenting, and he's going to go through different workflows all the way from stereo with binaural through multi Pro Tools rigs, with large consoles, and Dolby renderers. So if you're interested or you're doing any kind of work, it would be great. There's a lot of pointers that you're going to get. So that starts immediately after the keynote here at 10. And then at 11, we've got the amazing Will Files and Jacob Rieley are going to be talking about their work on the Batman. So please stick around for that. Will, obviously Emmy Award winner for Stranger Things. Fantastic sound supervisor and re-recording mixer. And then I think at 2 o'clock, we are so excited that we were able to get Mark Mangini and Ron Bartlett to come in and talk about Dune. If any of you guys want to find out how they achieved that amazing low end on that movie, then please come in. I don't think anybody in the post-production community did not rave about just the sound of that movie when it came out. So I think we're super appreciative that they actually are going to come in and talk about their work doing the sound on Dune. And then our third panel, we've got the guys, John Beasley, and it's the Seth MacFarlane film, The Oval. So his entire team, and I've basically, I don't want to miss anybody out here. So we've got John Greasley, who's supervising sound editor, Tom Constantinople, Joe Chirac, Tom Ozanich, and Mike McCone. So that will be at, that's at 3:30. One more presentation at the end of the day is going to be at 5 o'clock, where Jeff will again go through Dolby Atmos workflows with Pro Tools. So you've got two opportunities to see that. Thanking obviously Tom for obviously putting this event on. But my hat is off to Tom McCarthy at Sony Pictures. Known you for 20 years. Tom's going to be retiring fairly soon. And what an amazing job you've done with this facility. And we are just so honored to be a part of it. So a big hand for Tom. I mean, he's... Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Well, Rich sort of stole my thunder there for a minute. Dave Rieley, Focusrite Pro. Focusrite Pro for a long time has been a backbone of immersive sound, real pioneers in connecting these facilities. So, Dave, we thank you. Come on up.
Hi. We want to thank Sony. We want to thank Tom. We love being here. We love doing the event. Later today, around 3:30, we have an event going on in the Anthony Quinn Theater where we're going to be discussing multiple aspects of going from major studios to becoming independent and what that can look like and what that can feel like. We're going to be out, hanging out, talking gear, hanging out, just talking. Please come by. We really appreciate you guys being here. It's lovely being in person again. That's it. Have a great day.
And finally, we needed to bring somebody down from my hometown Bay Area. Meyer Sound has been with us from pretty much the start. A few years ago, they introduced the Blue Horn speaker here at Presents Sound for Film. And this year, when you look around these amazing facilities at Sony, you see JBLs everywhere. This year, we have a Meyer Sound Room, and we hope you can stop by Stage 17 and see their new immersive system. Jay Wyatt.
Wow, what a turnout. This is a big one for a Saturday, so thank you all. So today, I just wanted to say thank you for coming out. We're most excited to support this industry. We hope you can come by Mix Stage 17. That's where we'll be showing some demo content, some sizzle reels, some teasers. So check us out. At 3 o'clock, we'll also have the excellent Will Files talking about Stranger Things, which brought home an Emmy this year. So yeah, come by, say hey, and don't be a stranger.
All right, and we're going to get to that keynote in a second, but as Rich alluded to, we have a special thing about Sony right here. I mean, there's from 2014, my company came to me and asked about putting on an event. We were looking at Nashville for music and putting my head around, and I always wanted to do a post-production sound event. It was in March of 2014, and I went to NAB in April, and I'm wondering, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? There was talk of the Universal Hilton and getting a room block, and I'm thinking, oh, God, no. And Linda Rosner, a dear friend, was at NAB and said, just looked at me and said, what about doing it at Sony? And I go, wow. A week later, called Tommy McCarthy. It took about 30 seconds. I didn't even get into my pitch. And he goes, love it. We'll do it. We'll do it. Since then, I've come to understand that this team at Sony is absolutely unbelievable. From Kim and Gretel and Leigh Birch in engineering and Daniel Costa making it all work during the day. And my partner in crime here, Karen Dunn, is not with Sony, but Karen has been our link to Sony for many years. And Karen, I thank you. We have an events team here from Future. Please say hello and thank these people from Sony and from Future who helped put this on. We have Marie, Cassandra, Shahadi here. We thank you, but most of all, this is about our host sponsor. This is a very special facility, and the person who made it special all these years is Tommy McCarthy. He's an Oscar-winning sound editor. He's a force of nature. In 2 minutes, if you need a TV monitor on a tabletop out in the hallway, he picks up his phone. He does it. He's down there. He would put on a tool belt if we need to. And Tommy announced earlier this year that by the end of the year he'll be retiring and turning over to Kim Jimenez. But Tommy, please come up and say hello. I mean, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Tom, and thank Mix Magazine. And yeah, we're really proud of doing this event. And I've said it every year that we have the event here at Sony. This is the most important event for the sound community. All of us get time to collaborate, communicate, network, talk to each other about workflows and what we're doing in the industry, both on theatrical and episodic. And we get to talk to vendors. They're creating new technologies for us that are going to impact the way that we work now and in the future, and us being able to communicate with them about, wow, what about this and what about that, only makes tools better. So take advantage of that while you're here. What I would like to do is talk about what happened since COVID. When COVID hit, it would not be a time when you're not making revenues like you normally do to go ahead and do more upgrades to a facility. But Sony Pictures allowed me to do that. Not me, my team, and I'll get to that. It allowed our team to go ahead and do the following renovations. We renovated the Lancaster mix stage, and you'll be seeing that today. It's got 4-way speakers in the front, S6 technology, Atmos capabilities. We went and renovated recently the Novak stage, and it's got the 4-way speakers as well and a brand new aesthetic look. We redid stages 6 and 7. They were Harrison. They are now all Atmos, and they are S6 consoles. We just finished stage 12, which also is Atmos. And yes, I encourage you to go look at the stage 12 and pop in next door to stage 11 where you can see what it looked like prior to the renovation. We put the 4-way speakers up here in the Cary Grant. And out of this mixing facility, we just got approval for stage 11. So we will now have, yeah, there's my team. We will now have 13 out of 14 Atmos mix stages, all equipped with Avid S6 technologies. So I'm pretty proud of that. And after I'm gone, the plans are already being worked on with who I'm going to introduce in a minute, my replacement, to do the Quinn to match Lancaster and do the front 4-way speakers in the Holden, and then we feel this facility would be great. But what's most important to me right now while I'm standing here is to say that I can approve the things we're doing here. It's my team that makes these things happen. And I want to thank Lane Birch, his engineering team, and Gretel Barrios, who is the executive director of Post Sound Facilities, because they have managed and handled all of the upgrades that we are doing in this facility today. So thank you guys for that. I want to thank, Eric Jepson. He's the guy for this event that provides all the projectionists for all the displays and things that happen during the event. Thank you. I want to thank Betsy. She came to us just recently. Betsy Soloranzo. She is in charge of our editorial department with Kevin Warman. Yeah, take the credit while I'm up here my last time. Then we have Deborah Woolery. You can check with her about TV mixing. They'll all be here. Alex Morris, got you. Justin, you're amazing. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'll hear about it later. But the main point is you can run a facility, but you can't do anything unless you got the proper people below you and you give them the permission to do what they need to do to make things happen. So enjoy our facility today. Oh, no, I did forget the biggest person. Stand up there. Don't you dare. That is Kim Jimenez. Yeah. She is taking my place as we speak. She's measuring my office. I don't know. It's incredible. But she's also, if you don't know, we're very connected with Sony Japan. Our facility works with Sony Japan R&D on the creation and development of consumer and professional products. And we've been doing that for the past 10 years. And Kim is integrated into that for the last 2 years. So we're very proud of the fact that we're a content creator, but we're also a technological business. It is now my pleasure to introduce one of my best friends, and I'm so honored to be a part of this mix event every year, and it will keep going for as long as Tom Kinney would like it to happen. So ladies and gentlemen, the person responsible for bringing us all here together, Tom Kinney.
Thank you. Tommy. Come here, brother. Thank you. Thank you.